Myofibril. Today our topic is myofibril. Myofibril are densely packed rod-like contractile element make up most of the muscle cell volume. Made up sarcomeres, which are the microfilaments, group of microfilaments, which are themselves bundle of proteins filaments, which is known as myofilaments. So sarcomeres are the myofilaments, and it's a bundle of myofilaments. Sarcomeres, the smallest contractile unit of a muscles, as shown here in the figure. It's a small contractile unit of muscles, means many muscles are together. The region of myofibril between two successive Z discs. These myofibrils are started from the region of myofibril between two successive Z discs. Means on the left hand side and right hand side you can see the Z disc. So the size of the myofibril is in between the two Z discs. The repeating pattern of the myofibril notice the presence of a repeating portion known as the sarcomere. So these myofilaments are attached each other and it's a continuity, and they give a pattern of a strips. Here you can see the sarcomere. They have three most important type of the filaments. One is thin filament, one is thick filament. Thin filament is actin, thick filament is thin filament is myosin and thick filament is actin. And there is a tennitin which join the thick and thin filaments. We call it tennitin. Sarcomere lie between the Z line and I band. The contractile unit of the muscles, sarcomere, the structure unit of myofibril, that is, myofibril are made up of many sarcomeres positioned end to end, form visible striated pattern within the myofibril. So myofibril looks in a striated because the myofibril are arranged in many sarcomeres. One myofibril is made up of many sarcomeres, and they give a pattern of striated, visible striated pattern within the myofibril. Alternating dark, thick filament A band and light, then filament I band. Here you can see thin actin, thick myosin, and at the end there is a tennitin which hold thick and thin together. And there is a pattern of I band, A band, M line, thick actin, thin actin filaments you can see here, and then elastic filaments which give a contraction and relaxation characteristic to the myofibril. Thick is myosin. In between there is also elastic filaments known as tennitin. Myofibrils and sarcomeres consist of a thick and thin myofilament. These filaments are responsible for the striation of the muscles. These striated muscles, which are alternatively dark and light bands. Myofilaments are responsible for muscles contraction. Thin filament made up of the protein actin, thick filament made up of myosin. M line and Z line. M line the center of the A band at middle line of sarcomere. Z line and disc, the center of the eye vein at two ends of the sarcomere, like 2 is at the end of the alphabet, like Z is the end of the alphabet. Point-shaped sheet of the protein connection that anchor the thin filament and connect myofibril to another. So this is all we have discussed about the skeletal muscles, right? Now we come to cardiac muscles. Occur only in heart. This muscle is only present in heart. Cardiac muscle is specialized muscles. It is strategic, not voluntary. Means it won't work on your advice. Uni or binucleates. Contracts at a fairly steady rate set by the heart pacemaker. These muscles contract, which is controlled by the pacemaker, that is SN node, synovial node, which produce electrical impulses. Cells are called cardiac myocytes. Form branching network connected at intercalated disc. Neural control allows heart to respond to change in the body need. The cardiac muscle tissue features started some contractile machinery, some excitatory and electrical coupled, rate of contraction modulated by the autonomic nervous system, that is sympathetic and parasympathetic. Innervation is neuroendocrine in nature, that is no motor enclaves. It works on action potential and hormone. Cell feature, one or two centrally placed nuclei, muscle cells, branch fiber with intercalated disc, numerous mitochondria up to 40% of the cell volume, because heart needs more energy because it works day and night, contraction and relaxation. Sarcoplasmic reticulum and teeth tubules appear as a diode at Z lines. Sarcoplasmic reticulum does not form terminal cisternae. Teeth tubes are about double length, larger in diameter than in skeletal muscles. Transport calcium into the fiber. This is a figure showing intercalated disc coupled hard muscles mechanically and electrically. Means neurons are also there, nerves are also there, and muscles contraction mechanical. Cardiac muscles. The mechanism of contraction in cardiac muscles is essential. So cardiac muscles, the mechanism of contraction in cardiac muscles is essentially the same as that for the skeletal and smooth muscles, but with some differences. And what are those differences? We'll just find out. Cardiac muscles have a transverse tubules that supply extra tension and can thus contract for larger period of time. So cardiac muscles have got two, three properties. Cardiac muscles have got 40% of mitochondria energy required and extra calcium also for the contraction for a longer period of time. The same way, if we come over here, we will see that a complex membrane junction called the intercalated disc joins cell and transmit the forces of contraction from one cell to the next, as well as aid in the rapid transmission of the impulses throughout the heart. So we have seen the complex membrane junction called the intercalated disc join cells and transmit the force of contraction. Means all the cells are intercalatedly joined together and make a stronghold and help in the contraction, force of contraction from one cell to the next, as well as aid in the rapid transmission of impulses through the heart. Electrical impulses they are talking about. So cardiac muscles is well excited and resonant and the whole structure contact as a unit. Means heart contact in the shape of a unit, not each and every cell contracts separately, but they contract together and this gives a feeling of that heart is contracting together. Now we have discussed about the cardiac muscles. Now we come to the smooth muscle cells. Non-striated, especially they are not striated, they are non-striated, right? Smooth muscles, involuntary and a single nucleus means the contraction is not under your control, it is under the control of autonomous nervous system. Smooth muscle cells are small and tapered, can divide and generate, found in the wall of hollow organs and blood vessels. Where do you find the smooth muscle? In the hollow organs, like mouth, esophagus, intestine, stomach, large intestine, small intestine, and blood vessels. Found in the wall of hollow organ and blood vessels. Contact along and under nervous system. So nervous system control the whole movement of smooth muscles. Smooth muscles help maintain blood pressure and squeeze or propel substances, that is food, feces, through the organs. Means the movement of the food, the churning of the food in the stomach, the movement of the food in the intestine by the peristalsis, that is the movement of intestine like a snake, known as peristalsis. Fusiform non-striated cells, as you can see in this figure, single centrally placed nucleus. Nucleus can be seen. Contraction is non-voluntary, not under your control, it's the control of neuroendocrine system. Contraction is modulated in a neuroendocrine manner, found in the blood vessels, gastrointestine, and urogenital walls, means urethra, Murator, and was and dermis of the skin. The smooth muscles contraction is muscle contact in the presence of calcium dependent, but mechanism is different than statin muscles. Calcium ions release from the carulos, carulol and complex with the calmadium. Calcium and calmadium activate myosin light chain kinase. MLK phosphorylated myosins light chain. Myosins unfold and blind actin, bind actin. ATP dependent contraction cycle ensure start. Contraction continue as long as myosin is phosphorylated. Latch state, myosin head attached to actin dephosphorylated, causing decrease in the ATPase activity. Myosin head unable to detach from actin, similar to brevis mortis in skeletal muscles. Smooth muscle cells often electrically coupled via gap junction. So this is the mechanism, smooth muscle contraction mechanism, triggered by voltage gate calcium channel, activated by so triggered by the voltage gate calcium channel activation. Why the depolarization, mechanical stimulation is there, and neural stimulation means nerve stimulated. Lesion get calcium channels, we call it. Now you can see here whatever I have read is shown in the figure. You can see the calcium is outside the cell of the smooth muscles. The smooth muscles has got a gated calcium channel, release channel. The calcium enter into the cell of the smooth muscles. There is a hormone, it will influence for the metabolic process. There is a calmadium inside the cell, it will attach with the calcium which comes from outside. And then as active MLCK, it will combine with calmadium and calcium and activate the ADP, adeno-diphosphate, create an energy, and that energy will activate the myosin. You can see there is an inactive myosin. Phosphatase enzyme will help out, and then actin binding sites, it will bind to the active myosin light chain. And in that way, there is a contraction will start. Now we talk about the smooth muscles. So now we'll see the mechanism of smooth muscle contraction. Dense bodies are analog to Z-line, plug into which actin filament insert. Myosin head oriented in side polar arrangement. Contraction pulls dense bodies together. Contraction is slow and sustained. Here is a contracted smooth muscle, and here is a relaxed smooth muscle. See, the size is different. Actin myofilaments are there. Dense bodies is here. Actin tropomyosin is here. Tropomyosin is another protein. This is a contracted. You can see the shape and relaxed smooth muscle. There is a difference. The skeletal muscles, you see the histology. Cardiac muscles and the smooth muscles, all are different in shape when you will observe under the microscope. Means if you go for the histology, histological finding of histological finding of these muscles, you will find they are in different shape. Like cross section of the skeletal muscle, strong, quick, discontinuing voluntary contraction. Cardiac muscle, strong, quick, involuntary contraction. Smooth muscles, weak, slow, involuntary contraction. This is the histological shape of the smooth muscle cells. Under the microscope, you can see in your lab, when you perform anatomical lab. Smooth muscle fibers. Smooth muscle cells are elongated with a taper end like lag station and have a relatively undeveloped sarcoplasmic reticulum. Multi-unit smooth muscles and visceral muscles are two types of smooth muscles. It means smooth muscles are two types. One is multi-unit smooth muscles and one is visceral, which make organs. In multi-smooth muscles such as in the blood vessels, where present multi-unit in smooth muscles in blood vessels and iris. Iris is the muscles of eyes, which make cornea. Fiber occurs separately rather than a sheet. Visceral smooth muscles. So you can see that the smooth muscles are two types. One is a multi-unit smooth muscle and one is a visceral. Multi-unit muscles are present in two places. That is in the blood vessels and iris of the eye. Visceral muscles. Visceral smooth muscles are present Visceral smooth muscles occur in sheath is found in the wall of the hollow organ like intestine, stomach. These fibers can stimulate one another and display rhythmically and are thus responsible for peristalsis in the hollow organ and tubes like intestine. This is smooth muscle contraction. The myosin bind to actin mechanism is mostly same for smooth muscle scattering. Both acetylcholine and norepinephrine stimulate and inhibit the smooth muscle contraction. So contraction and relaxation depend on the neurotransmitter, and those neurotransmitters are acetylcholine and norepinephrine. Depending on the target muscles. Hormones can also stimulate or inhibit the contraction. A smooth muscle is slower to contract and relax than a skeletal muscle, but can contract longer using the same amount of ATPs, aminoglycosides phosphorus. So, a smooth muscle is slower to contract and relax than a skeletal muscle, but can contract longer using the same amount of ATPs. Functional characteristic of the muscle tissues. There are four characteristics of the muscle tissues: excitability, contractility, extensibility, and elasticity. Means excite and irritation is a part and parcel of the muscle. The ability to receive and respond to stimuli. If something excites the muscles or it irritates the muscles, it will contract or relax. Contractility, the ability to shorten forcibly. Extensibility, the ability to stretch or extend it. Elasticity, the ability to recoil and resume the original resting length. Includes only skeletal muscles, attached muscular system, attached to the skeletal system, allow us to remove muscle tissues, muscle cells, or fibers, connective tissues, nerve tissues, blood vessels. Organization of the connective tissues, muscles have a three layer of the connective tissues: epimysium, perimysium, and the endomysium. These are the overcoat of the dense regular connective tissues that surround the entire muscle, separates muscles from the surrounding tissues. So epimysium will separate the muscle from the surrounding tissues. Perimysium fi- fibers connective tissues that surround the roof of the muscle. Fibers called the fascicles contain blood vessels and nerve supply to the fascicles. Then endomysium, fine sheath of the connective tissue composed of collagen and reticular fibers surrounding each muscle. Cellular fibers contains capillaries and nerve fibers. Contract, Contacting muscle cells contain satellite cells, stem cells that repair damage. Muscle attachment, direct as the mycin of the muscle is fused with the periosteum of the bone. So the first covering of the muscles, which is epimysium, is attached with the bone. Indirectly connective tissue wrapping endomysium, perimysium, and epimysium comes together at end of the muscle and extend beyond it as a tendon. And this the same three layers of the muscles, which is endomysium, perimysium, and epimysium. They end in the shape of the tendons, that is a bundle of tissues, or aponeurosis sheath. Innervation and vascularization. Nerves, skeletal muscles are voluntarily controlled by the nerves of the somatic nervous system. Muscles have extensive vascular systems, supply large amount of oxygen and nutrients, carry away waste. Zone of overlap, the densest dark area on the light micrograph is thick and thin filament, that is actin and myosin. The S zone, the area around the M line, has only thick filament but no thin filament. Means it only contains X, thick filament. Has only thick filament but no thin filament. Actin is not there, only myosin is there. Retain strain of the protein that reach from the tip of the thick filament to the Z line stabilize the filament. A special name for the skeletal muscle structures are sarcolemma, plasma membrane, sarcoplasm, cytoplasm, sarcoplasmic reticulum, like bone muscle endoplasmic reticulum, new to skeletal muscle cells, transverse tubules, T tubules are extension of the sarcolemma that join with the SR at the special regions. The sarcolemma, the membrane outside the muscle fiber, the cell membrane of the muscle cell, surrounding the sarcoplasm, cytoplasm of the muscle fiber, muscles contractions are started by the change in the transmembrane potential, electrical charges on either side of the membrane. Action potential. A rapid transitory reversal of the transmembrane potential that propagates quickly along the length of an electrical excitable cell. Action potential is an electrical current which present on the whole length of the muscle fiber and electrically excite the muscle cells. So basically a portion of the cell goes from the negative to positive charge very quickly and this separates from one part of the cell to the next and so on. Transverse tubules. These tubes are continuous with the sarcolemma and have the same properties. They conduct action potential to the deepest region of the muscle. These provide electrical impulses in each and every muscle region. These impulses signal for the release of calcium from the adjacent terminal system, allow entire muscle fibers to contract simultaneously. Zone of the overlap in T tubule. Transverse tubule encircles the sarcomere near zone of the overlap. Calcium released by the sarcoplasm causes thin and thick filament to interact. Sarcoplasmic reticulum, an elongated membrane structure that runs longitudinally surrounding each myofibril, similar in structure to smooth muscles endoplasmic reticulum, helps transmit action potential to myofibril, means give electric current to the myofibril for the contraction and relaxation. Forms chamber, terminal system attached to the tubule that release calcium during the muscle contraction. Means muscles need calcium during the contraction as well as ATPs, and this is provided by the terminal system and which is attached to the tubules, T tubules. Terminal system concentrate calcium inside via ion pump. When stimulated by an action potential, they release calcium into the sarcomere to begin muscle contraction. A triad structure formed by one T tube and two terminals externally thickening of the cytoplasm reticulum. T tubes and cytoplasm reticulum provides tightly linked signals for muscle contraction. T tubes proteins act as a voltage sensor. Cytoplasm reticulum has a receptor that regulates calcium release from the terminal cisternae. Muscle contraction is caused by the interaction of the thick and thin filament. The structure of the protein molecule determines interaction. Myofilament, thick filament, you can see over here. Myosin composed of the protein myosin, approximately 500 in number. Each myosin has a rod-like tail and two globular heads. Heads are there. Where is the head? These are the two heads, and this is the tail, and they are about 500 in number. Tail two interwoven heavy polypeptide chain bound together, pointing towards the end line. Head two smaller light polypeptide chains that reach out and grab into actin. These heads grab the actin of the myosin, the head of the myosin. Here is the myosin molecule you can see. Myosin head you can see, hinge, then myosin tail. This is whole myosin molecule. And myofilament, thin filament. Thin filaments are chiefly composed of the protein actin held together by nuclein. Nuclein is new thing here. The sub these thin filaments are chiefly composed of the protein actin held together by these all actin fibers are held together by the nuclein. The subunit contains the active site to which myosin had attached during contraction. Tropomyosin strand block active sites. Troponin hold tropomyosin and actin together at rest. Now you have to see the figure. Troponin complex is there, tropomyosin is there, actin is there. And everything has got a different role. Troponin, troponin what hold tropomyosin, right? Troponin hold the tropomyosin and actin are held by the nuclein. This is the arrangement. One is thick filament, one is thin filament, one is actin, one is myosin. Troponin, tropomyosin. Troponin binds tropomyosin to actin. So what is the function of the troponin? Binds tropomyosin to actin. Consists of three subunits. TNL bind to the actin, TNL bind to the tropomyosin, TNL bind to calcium, TNC, TNT. Controlled by the calcium, kind of like the lock and key is the key, calcium is the key. Nuclein you can see holding the actin, troponin and tropomyosin is there, and F-actin strands are there. Initiating contraction, calcium binds to receptors on troponin molecule. Tropomyosin complex change shape, move troponin out of the way, expose the active side of the each actin molecule, beats. Myosin action. During contraction, myosin heads interact with the actin filament, forming a cross bridge, pivot producing motion. It is the pivoting of the myosin head that causes muscle contraction and therefore all movement. Here you can see one is contracted muscle, one is a relaxed muscle. Note that during the contraction, the sarcomere shorten. Right? You can see in the figure A and B, there is a shorten of the fiber, sarcomere shorten and contraction and longer and relaxed. Thin filament model of the contraction. Thin filament slides past the thick one so that the actin and myosin filaments overlap to a greater degree. In the relaxed state, thin and thick filaments overlap only slightly. Upon stimulation, myosin heads bind to actin and sliding begin. Myosin head pull the actin thin filament closer together, sliding them in between the thick filament. As this event occurs throughout the sarcomere, the muscles shorten. Z line comes closer together. Width of the A band stays the same. Width of the I band and the X zone both shrink. This is all about the smooth muscle, and in next lecture we will follow. We start from lecture 24. Right? Thank you very much.